New Mutants #2. Good news. Fantastic news. It didn't get worse. It didn't get better. But it didn't get worse. Let's dive in. Welcome back to Long Box Diving, where we explore comics and story arcs pulled from the long box. New Mutants #2, written by Hickman, art by Rios. The art in this actually probably got a little bit better than the first issue. The first issue had some of the worst panels I've seen in a comic book in a long time. It was bad, but it's still not my cup of tea. It's still not very good in my opinion. They could do a whole lot better than what we're getting here, but it was better. The art was better. The writing, on the other hand, I don't know, Hickman. I don't know why you're trying to write these hipster millennials like this. I mean, granted, the book, it could be out there for somebody not of my age group. You know, the gray in my beard. So probably not written for me. I get it, but I'm not going to get it anymore. It's off the pool. You know, #2 is done. But let's go ahead and review it anyway. The first issue, basically, the first issue was some millennials went to a coffee shop and decided to go on a road trip and fooled a bunch of boomers and got caught by the cops. Now we have issue 2. The millennials now are in court trying to bribe their way out and end up getting drafted. Yeah, that's it. Done. No, let's finish the review. I can't stop at 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes, because that would be a waste of time. But yeah, basically we have 2 pages of Sunspot giving a monologue about how great he is and how he's a responsible businessman, and basically signed all this stuff over. How all his friends are mad at him for getting him stuck in prison. How Ileana doesn't like to obey rules and keeps pulling her sword on people. How he gets a space lawyer that has big bug eyes, and in a very meta way, the book actually tells us how that lawyer is actually the worst lawyer in space ever. And then they go to court. DaCosta tries to bribe every official there, because that seems to be the personality of most millennials, is I can get out of anything, money solves everything, that kind of stuff. But no, it doesn't. And so they get hammered down, boom, guilty, life sentences for all of them. And then we get, this is actually not a bad panel. It's a pretty good panel. To me, it's okay. There's some issues, but it's okay. We get Cannonball walks in and goes, "Hey, felons, what's up?" You know, and then his wife's like, "Don't try to escape. You're our prisoners." She is not happy to be there. That's very obvious. She doesn't like them. But, you know, we see the group, and that's just interesting. All the mutants hug Cannonball, but Mondo and John stand over the side, not getting involved because they weren't part of the New Mutants. They were actually technically Generation X. Now, why are there only 2 Generation X's on this team, or they got invited to the road trip, I don't know. But we get this group, and they're talking and having a great time. And then we get out Robert DaCosta, Sunspot, saying, "Hey, you know, I mean, look at you. I thought you'd have a dad bod. I was going to make fun of you for that. I'm not happy with you. You left me. You went and got married, and you weren't you haven't been my friend, and you haven't been talking to me, and I've been depressed, and I thought you would be worried about not being around me, but you're not worried about not being around me, and that makes me sad." And then he says, "Hey, anybody want to snap him out of this?" And then we get his wife, Cannonball's wife, punches DaCosta right in the face, knocks him down, makes his nose bleed. Dude, that's not cool. All right, listen, if you're my buddy and I do something that pisses you off, punch me. Punch me. Don't ask your wife to punch me. You take care of it with me, man to man. I know it's probably a little sexist, but I am old school. Man to man, handle the situation. All right. If my friend that I pissed off happens to be a girl and she wants to punch me, fine. We'll do that too. But don't you, as my buddy, have your wife, who I barely know, punch me in the face to stand up for your honor when we're just buddies trying to deal with a situation between the two of us. That wasn't cool. I don't think it's cool. She's pissed off because her baby and had to leave with it. It doesn't matter. You don't punch your buddy's friend. You don't punch your husband's buddy in the face because it breaks the bro code, in my opinion. Breaks bro code. All right, so she takes him prisoner, takes on a flight. Gladiator steps up, says, "Hey, we need you to go do this alternate little thing over here. It's a big honor." And then we get the Millennials playing cards with cards they can't read in a game they don't know how to play, and they're betting. I don't. This was 2 whole pages of this nonsense. This makes no sense to me. It's not cool. In fact, it's actually 2.5 pages. It is stupid. It's a waste of time. And they very meta. Cypher says, you can't even read the cards. But apparently Danny wins because she has a winning hand. Of cards you can't even... Alright. Then we get 2 buddies on the couch talking about how we missed each other. You know, as a character building moment, it would have been really good. But he's kind of giving him a little bit of what's going on with the council and this and that. Okay, downtime in a comic, okay with that. Character building, cool. But I don't know. I'm already set on edge for the rest of the comic. This little couch talk. At least there wasn't food. Was there food? Nope. Just a TV clicker. They're watching rock and roll. All right, so Adam Smasher, whatever her name is, comes in, Cannibal's wife, and says, "Hey, you all are cleared. You're no longer prisoners. You're sentenced. You're not guilty. Well, you're not going to go to prison when we arrive, but you all been conscripted into the Shi'ar Guardian for this special mission. I need your help." And then we get a picture of the new Empress coming up and how Gladiator's trying to train her. He says, "I sent one of my special people over to fetch a trainer for you," which happens to be Deathbird, the Empress's sister, who has tried to take control of the Empire many times. Not really a good person, but has been on the side of heroes in times in the past. And it actually looks pretty good in this picture. And then we get Robert DaCosta saying, "Sam, I think I'm in love." Alright. New Mutants #2. I don't know why this book exists, other than the fact they're trying to get Douglock off Earth, while Krakoa goes through its reuniting with its long-lost brother, love, wife, husband. I don't know. Reigniting it doesn't exist. It doesn't mean to exist in any other way. It makes no sense. It had a good concept when I read about what it was going to be. You know, New Mutants going to space. You know, and if they could tie it back into the whole Dawn of X, Powers of X storyline, it would have made maybe a little more sense. If it was interesting and a lot more action and character building, would have been great. But I just feel like I'm reading about a bunch of millennial hipsters, you know, just hanging out and not really doing anything. How the rules shouldn't apply to them and all this kind of stuff. It just doesn't. I don't like it. And so it's off the pull list. It's gone, and I'm still making a shorter video than I normally would because there's not much here to actually like or talk about. It was just, ugh. All right, so off the pull list, not a recommend. I wouldn't get this, and I'm not getting it again unless something changes. I don't get this. Don't like it. All right, but if you at least enjoyed my review of it, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time here in the Long Box.